Hello, everybody. Happy Friday to you. I have this as my backdrop today. If this is your very first time to the hashtag mom life, if this is your very first time to the channel, make sure that you click on the subscribe button. You also hit the bell to get notified whenever I go live, because you never know what's going to be behind me, apparently. I also have a dog in my lap, so we're doing this today. We're doing this on this Friday. So today we're going to talk about, every Friday I'm starting to talk about the books that have changed my life, the books that have changed my world, okay? So the one that we're going to be talking about today is How to Win Friends and Influence People. And that is a Dale Carnegie book, right? Or Carnegie, I don't know how they pronounce it, but it's fantastic. And we're going to talk about that here in a second. But go ahead and say who you are and where you're from. Ask questions, because I can't see. I see like people are here, but I can't see who. Herman, stop looking at me, bud. Marnie, hey again. Thank you for your videos. Oh my gosh, of course. Keith, love, Grace, happy Valentine's Day. Oh, happy Valentine's Day to you. I have my little man on my lap, and I have all of this. And does everybody see we have like a little, here, I'm pointing at him, a little Herman doll. This doll looks like Herman. Here, look at Herman. I literally think that here, look over there. You look right here. Yeah, it's too bright. Can we do, whoop? All right. I literally think they chose Herman to make that doll look like. Anywho, let's see. Sandy, conscious language is great. Yes, from Rossville, Georgia. Marnie, Langley, British Columbia. Awesome. RV, the Rachel here, digging all the lovies in the background. So festive. I love this. This is all of Nora's everything. These are her friends. There's a number of koalas back there. She loves koalas. This is like all of her, and she was setting this up while I was doing another video. And if you heard me in the other video, I was like, oh my goodness, all of the toys are going downstairs. And this is what was happening. Isn't that cool? It's like, there's a dog riding a unicorn. Minnie is sitting on Chaz's lap. Chaz is this huge bear right here. So anywho, mom life, right? Sarah, hi Herman, and Martha too, but this is legit your third live in a row, so hi to you is implied. Yes. Keith, the love was for the stuffed animals and Herman. Oh, I figured as much. Marcy, I have the same shirt on today. Do you really? We're feeling it. I just got it today, and I came home and put it on because I was like, I'm feeling it. We need this. Tiffany, Chicago suburbs. Awesome. I'm from Illinois. Not Chicago, but I'm from central Illinois. Farm areas where I'm from. Okay, so you guys, the book that I'm going to talk about tonight, and I can't hold it up because I don't own the paper copy. I have it on Audible. The paper copy you can get right here, actually. I have like a thing, in6.com/. If you copy and paste that'll take you to the book. Sarah, you need to take Nora to the farm in Australia, and then she can see koalas. Oh my word. Hang on. That's going on my to-do list. Give me just a second, because that's literally going on there. And if I wait until later, I will forget. So, farm in Australia to see koalas. Boom. Here's the thing. So we were talking about team incentives just on my last live. I really like for a team incentive to be based around farms. I really like if we're going to do trips and stuff, I really like them to be based around farms, so we can also, because we can go to those anytime, right? So we can base them on people actually seeing what we do and how we do it and why it matters, why how we do things matters. And so, I don't know, an incentive to go to Australia might be pretty cool. I'm just saying. Let's see. Tiffany, we live in a farmhouse in the country. Oh, I love farms. Hey, Miss Martha. Well, hello. Australia? Oh, yes. Herman, we're going to get down, bud, because you just keep licking and making things weird. Okay. Why not? Why not Australia, right? Why not? I want to go. Let's take some people with us. Let's go. Let's make it an incentive. It's a tax expense. It's a business expense. The coolest thing about this business, you guys, is that we get to hang out with our friends. We get to do stuff that we love. We get to help people feel better, or help people's bodies feel better, or bodies help themselves feel better, all of the things. We get to do all of that stuff. We get to make an income. And then also we get to write it off as a business expense. I'm not mad at any of those things. There's not one part of this business that I'm like, I don't know about that part. And like just sort of put your head in the sand about that one part of the thing that you hate. There's not anything that I hate about this business. This business is like, this is heaven. This is the best. And I've been in a lot of businesses. I am a strategist. I have seen the inside of a lot of businesses, you guys. And ours, so legit. So legit. Okay. So the book. Let's talk about the book real quick, you guys. This won't be a super long one because the book ones just typically aren't. So first of all, has anybody read the book? Has anybody read How to Win Friends and Influence People? I'm going to tell you why I love it. First of all, I was not a big fan of the title of it. Whenever I first read the title, the title of it is actually what kept me from reading it for a really long time. And I was like, that feels skeezy. The title felt skeezy. It felt like we were going to trick people into influencing them. Does that make sense? It felt like it was going to be trickery based on the title. So this is one of the cases where the title was not a great idea. But I still read it because everybody and their mom said to read it, right? And I was like, okay, fine. I read it. And then whenever I read it, I realized, oh, wow. This isn't like trickery stuff. This is like, here's how to be the best human you can. Here's how to be like relatable to anybody. Here's how to really love people. Here's how to show people that you care about them. Because there are lots of us that, and we all come from different backgrounds and everything, right? But there are lots of us that while we love people, we maybe don't show it really well. And that's based on, partly due to our DNA, partly how we were raised and what was modeled to us, right? Because you get a file for that and you're like, that's how you do that thing, right? And then if you don't ever learn otherwise, then it just stays that thing. And maybe that's not fantastic. Maybe it wasn't a fantastic model of how to love somebody. So what this book really helped with was how to show people that you care about them, how to show people, the people that are in front of you in that moment, whether it's virtually or right in front of you physically in that moment, how to show those people that they matter to you, how to show those people that you care about them. And you guys, at the end of the day, that is 100% my, like how I operate. So when I was reading it, I was just like, so I do this and I do this and I do this and I do this. And then there were some things that I didn't do. And I was like, that's awesome. But what I realized when I was reading it was that same thing, was that not everybody naturally does these things, and they don't naturally understand the implications or what, how do I say this? They don't understand if you come out of your shell a little bit to show the person in front of you, like to engage in a loving way or engage in a way that makes that person in front of you feel heard and feel like they matter. Whenever you do that, you're in such a bigger and better position to serve them. Does that make sense? If somebody is standoffish to you, you can't serve that person. You can't, because you're not going to know what that person needs, because they're not going to share that with you, because they're standoffish. But what if we can open people up and then we can find out what their needs are? Then we can serve them. So that's where this book was like, just mind-blowing for people. It doesn't matter what color personality you identify as. Doesn't matter what your Enneagram is. It doesn't matter if you're an introvert or an extrovert. None of that stuff matters. What matters is love. What matters is how are we able to show up to the person in front of us and make them feel heard so they can open up and allow us to serve them. That's the bottom line. And that's what I got for you. So like, this isn't a long thing at all. That is why you need to read that book stat, because the moment you can get someone to open up, you can serve. Okay. And serving is finding out what their needs are. Are their needs like, sometimes the needs are smaller things, like they need pillows and blankets, right? Sometimes that's the need, and we're able to supply that need in one way, or find other people to, you can rally forces and stuff. Or other needs are, sometimes it's emotional support. Sometimes those needs are needs that cannot be seen. Sometimes those needs are just somebody to be there to listen to them when they're talking about some stuff. Sometimes those needs are physical needs. Like they're feeling a certain kind of way. Maybe they need support in their body in something, right? Whatever the needs are is irrelevant. Opening them up is the whole thing, right? So when you have somebody in front of you, your job or your challenge, if you're a red, you're going to relate to that word better, is to get past the gatekeeper, which is their mind. Is to get past the thing that is shut down, because all of us in society, we have been conditioned to be horse with blinders on and to not pay attention to anybody else. We've been conditioned to be that way. And what we need to do is you and me, we need to show up and just completely obliterate that concept altogether. We need to show up and shift the paradigm into, I am lifting my head up. I am taking the blinders off. I'm going to look at the people around me. I am going to smile. I am going to engage. I am going to show that person in front of me that they matter to me. You guys do not understand what that can do for someone. Okay? And this isn't all about sales. It never was. It never was. Okay? What that can do for somebody when they have a real person sitting in front of them or standing in front of them and making them feel heard, their self-worth goes up. What goes up when their self-worth goes up? All sorts of things can start shifting and changing for them. But a person that's being ignored day in and day out, which are a lot of people in our world, you guys. People are walking around with a social media that acts like it seems as though we know everything about everybody because of social media, right? I saw they had broccoli and cheese for dinner, right? It seems like we know everything about everybody, but we know nothing about the person right in front of us. And that's all that matters. What's happening on their social media account doesn't matter. What's happening in their heart and what's happening in their soul is what matters. And that's why it's important that we're able to come correct, that we're able to look at that person and break down any sort of barrier that could be there and say, hey, listen, I got you. I see you. I see you. What do you need? I'm here. I'm a person. You're a person. Let's do this, right? That's all that matters. It was never sales. It was never about sales. Sarah, you just had a Lauren Cruz Dow moment. She's huge on eye contact. Oh, yes. Martha, what about the book called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Hemp, PhD? Do you recommend to read? Yes, so true. I haven't read that book. So now I need to put that on my list again. Hang on just a second. So under farm in Australia to see koalas, I'm putting What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. So I haven't read that, so I have no idea okay, I need to actually say it right. So what to say when you talk to yourself. I really feel like Shad Helmstetter is a familiar name. Does he do neuroplasticity? Did he do an intro to neuroplasticity book? I feel like that was him. If so, I love that man. That was a fantastic book. But I don't know. I don't know is the answer to that. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think? First of all, have you read this book that I'm talking about right now? Also, what do you think about being able to show up? What would that change in your own life if you were able to show up in that way for people? I'm guilty of not doing it all the time, right? I'm guilty of doing the, okay, I'm here at Target. I've got 10 minutes to do what I'm doing. I gotta go. I'm guilty of that, right? So slowing down to actually be in the moment and be with people in those moments is very, very important. And I have not mastered it. I don't know that I ever will. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know that any of us ever will master that. My dad was fantastic at that. My dad would stand with people in a grocery line. And by the time everybody got their groceries, it was like he'd known them for 6 years or something. Like that guy could talk to anybody and just keep talking. I don't know what they even talked about. Half of my life was spent waiting for my dad to finish a conversation with somebody. He was always talking to people. Sean, please repeat the name of the book. I got in here late. Oh, of course. It was How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Sarah, haven't read it, but need to. Ooh, yes, do it. Marcy, How to Win Friends, Influence People. Yeah, that's it, you guys. Story of my life on the go sounds like. Yeah, and that's what it's so nice. That's my grandmother. That's that generation, I think, Toby. I think that's the generation. So what I think, it sounds like my mom, super people person. Yeah. Now I can't remember what I was going to say. It's okay though. Doesn't matter. But definitely get the book. Definitely read the book. Consume it. My goal. This is a new goal of mine. I have something stuck to my computer, but whatever. This is a new goal of mine. Is whenever I am in public with people, I will slow down. I will be in the moment with those people, because the only reason that I'm ever go, rush is because I have put off doing something, right? Because you have to reverse engineer that, right? You have to backtrack even further before the moment that actually happened. Well, if I'm go, rush, why didn't I give myself more time? Right. So and there's always time to, you own time, right? You can manage time. You can make it whatever you want it to be. So that is my own fault for doing that. So if I can give myself more time, then I can give myself more, I've got the space to be able to actually smile at people and have polite conversation with them and share space with people. That's my goal. I'm going to get it in Audible. Yes, absolutely. Tiffany, my husband is like that too. He'll talk to anyone and everyone all day long. His mom too. Me, I'm working on it, learning to slow down. That's the thing, is we get so honking fast, right? Sarah, what you have to say always matters. I'm sad you forgot because I know it was good. Hopefully you aren't like me and won't think of it at 3 a.m. If I think of it at 3 a.m., it'll just go in my notes with koalas on an Australian farm. So, which will seem really appropriate at 3 a.m. too. I'll be like, oh yeah, that's right. Koalas, Australian farm. Okay, guys. Well, that's all I have for tonight. You guys have an awesome night, and I always love talking to you. See you tomorrow.